everybody. Happy Saturday morning makes on a Sunday afternoon. I had hoped to film this yesterday, but I just ran out of time. I had some other things going on this weekend, and then when I got back, my back was just really bad, so I had to rest. But today is Sunday afternoon, and I thought I would share what I have been working on this week with all of you for Saturday morning makes. I did get a chance to look at a lot of your videos and posts yesterday, and I'm excited to see some more today. Lots of wonderful lemon inspiration, Mother's Day inspiration from Two Crafters, One Design. And I'm going to be sharing a Mother's Day card. I already shared my lemon cards last week. So I did work on a Mother's Day card to share with you, and I used a beautiful stamp from Peddlers Pack that looks like this. And it's this sweet mother figure sitting in her chair, and she's looking at a family album, and it's an entire scene, and then it's inside of a beautiful tea kettle. And I bought this specifically to make a Mother's Day card for my mom. And I actually bought this last year and didn't have a chance to use it. Or maybe it arrived after Mother's Day. I can't remember now. But it's a beautiful red rubber cling stamp. And this is from Stamppeddler or Peddlers Pack. They are out of Oregon, and you can find them on Etsy at Stamppeddler. And they're the ones who also make the stove stamp that I was talking about last weekend. And they have so many beautiful stamps in their store, and a lot of them have this wonderful art. I can't remember who the artist of this is. Joyce, maybe you can tell us. But anyway, Joyce and Bernie, her husband, they're the ones who run Stamppeddler. They're the owners. And I'm sure Joyce can tell us about this particular stamp, maybe in a comment if she watches this video. But anyway, I really love these stamps. And Joyce has been very generous with me. And I also use, let me set some of this stuff aside and I'll show you. She also sent me these Peddlers Pack Petunia collection, and I also use this tea time stamp, and I'll show you it on the back of my card. But these sweet petunias are so fun to design and create cards with. And if you go to their website, you'll see how they're used not only as focal points on cards, but people also use them to sign the back of their cards. So I just love this set of stamps. The bottom row has I love teddy bears, right soon, and a gardening one, which I love for summertime. But they're all wonderful. There's baking themed ones, so many different ones, and you can go to their website and see all of them. So those are the two stamp products from Stamppeddler that I used on my Mother's Day card that I'm going to show you. So let me set this stuff aside, and I'll show you the rest of the products that I used to create the card that I'm going to show you. I used some digital papers that I've had in my stash for a long time. This is a scan of an old piece of fabric, I believe. And then this is a two-toned gingham paper, a digital kit that I bought over 20 years ago. So I did use these. I used the Spellbinders Flowers and Foliage embossing folder. It's a 3D embossing folder that looks like this. And I did use this on my card. And I also used, for Mother's Day, this is a stamp set that is from My Creative Time called Thank You Mom. I don't know if this is still available. This is the one that came with the flower dies like this in the back. And this, I believe, is retired, but it's called Thank You Mom. And it's a wonderful My Creative Time stamp set from several years back. And I've had this in my collection for a long time, and I pull it out and use it often for Mother's Day cards. So I use that. From My Creative Time, I also used her snowball stitched frame dies. I used that on the back of my card. And I used also on the back of my card the A2 Fancy Frame Die Layers. I used this second one here to make a little back piece for my card. On the inside of my card, I used these ticket dies that are scalloped. These are from a company called Sherry Lynn Design that is no longer in business. I also used the Tiny Flowers plate die from My Creative Time. This is their newest floral die, and this just came out in April. And then I also used the big daisy dies and the daisy dies. So all of the daisy dies that she has from her shop at My Creative Time, I also used some of them. And then from Hobby Lobby, I used the Paper Studio folded cards and envelope 12-pack in a 5x7 size, okay? And that's because that tea kettle that I showed you is a bigger size stamp. And it fits a 5x7 card much better, you know, than an A2. You could certainly cut the end off if you want to fit it on an A2 card, but it does measure, just so you know, it measures 6¼ inches across, and then from top to bottom, it's about 4¼ I would say. So anyway, I just want you to let you know, I like to let you know when stamps are oversized. You know, we tend to stick with A2 cards here in the US, but the UK makes really big cards, and various places in Europe do different size cards and stuff. And I noticed that there's a trending towards making things bigger lately, it seems like. Anyway, I also use this beautiful lace. This was a lace that I've had in my stash for a while. It looks like this, and I use that as a border on my card. And I think that's all of the supplies for the card I'm going to show you for Mother's Day. Okay, so here's the card, and it says, wishing you a happy Mother's Day, and that's from that My Creative Time stamp set. And then this beautiful tea kettle, of course, is that sweet stamp from Peddlers Pack. Joyce, I just love this image. It's so sweet. And I just had so much fun coloring this up. My mom used to have a yellow tea kettle sitting on our stove when we were growing up. So that's why I chose the yellow color to make it. And then I did a yellow daisy. And then I used her tiny Emma at My Creative Time's new flower plate die. And I did use like 3 of them to create this little rose. And what you do is you squunch a flower completely up, fold it up, and I cut a little bit off the bottom, and then I glue another flower around it and push that one up, and then I glue another flower around that, and then I set it on a glued flower. So it's a total of 4 of the smaller flowers, and then those are inset into 2 of the different size daisies. So that's how I created that flower that you're seeing there. And I got the idea from my friend Christine of Shabby Pink House. I was looking at some of her flowers and trying to figure out what she did. I don't know if I did it the same way that she did it, but I just wanted to create a tiny rose to sit in the middle of this. So I thought that turned out really cute and was a nice finishing touch to this card. I just felt like it needed a little something to offset the sentiment up here with the flower down in the lower corner. So you can see the lace across the bottom, and then here's where I use that beautiful floral embossing, is just along the bottom of the card. So really, really pretty. I love how this turned out. And inside it says, I love you, Mom. And I added just another little piece of that paper. And I love the scalloped ticket die on the inside and how that looks. And then on the back, you can see that Sweet Tea Time, Sweet Petunia or Petunia stamp with her little tea kettle and her little teacup, and she's all ready for tea time. And I thought that was the perfect finishing touch for the back of this card. So that is my Mother's Day card for Two Crafters One Design. That is the theme this week. And I'm trying to do better at playing along with different things as I can. And then I have some other things I wanted to share with you while I have you here too. And I had pulled out, I think it was Tina Bean, and a couple other people maybe have used these in the last few months. But these are stamps from Daisy Kingdom. And this one's from 1988. And these little bunnies and the flowers and lambs and stuff that come in the Daisy Kingdom line of stamps are really fun. And I've had several of them in my stash. This one's from Ben Franklin Crafts in the town of Monroe, not too far from me. And this one is also 1988. I think these ones all are. They're from the same year. So I pulled these out. I'm trying to do more Woodblock Wonders episodes, more woodblock stamping, because I have so many beautiful stamps. These two I got at the thrift store. They're a little beat up, or else someone gave them to me. I can't remember. But again, all 1988 Daisy Kingdom stamps. And I just had so much fun playing with these. I think my favorite one is this one and this one. And I especially love the little lambs. And Kat, if you're watching, I know that you would love the lambs. I want to wish a happy birthday. There's several of you that have celebrated birthdays in the past couple weeks, Ginger and Kat. And I can't remember if it was Veronica or Audrey, someone else had a birthday too. So anyway, I just want to wish everybody that's had a birthday a very happy birthday. Okay. And let me show you the cards that I created. I did use this set of papers from Iralamiha's shop. She still has some sales going on in her shop, but my code for the month of April, of course, is over because we're into the month of May. But I wanted to show you that I did use these beautiful rose papers, and I will link them down below when I upload the video. So those are the papers, the main papers that I used to create what I'm going to show you. So I'll start with this. This card here has the little lambs in it. And I did use a little bit of white gel pen just to whiten them up a little bit. And I just colored really gently with soft, very soft Copic markers. And I used some tea dye distress ink around this oval. This is a stitched oval die set that is very old. It doesn't even have a maker on it, so I'm not sure who made it. But I thought it was the perfect little oval to use to create this card. I used a little strip of lace and then this beautiful rose paper from Iralamiha's shop. This was printed at a slightly larger size than what I just showed you. That's why the roses appear bigger. And this one just says Happy Spring on the inside. I should have probably used a rounded rectangle in here, but I couldn't find it when I was making the card, so I just used the XOXO border dies from My Creative Time and added a little strip of the paper, and then on the back, more of that beautiful paper from Iralamiha's shop, and you can see how she has type inside with the rose paper. There's actually typed, and I love that. I love having book print within the pattern of the paper. So that's the first one, and probably one of my favorite cards that I made. Here's another one. This is the little bunny where she's just picking flowers. And this one I added one of Iralamiha's shop's sentiment. This is a journaling set of sentiments that she has in her store for junk journaling and stuff. And it has all these words. And so I cut out, of course, my favorite word, which is joy. And I did add a button to this one. And these buttons, whoops, let me grab them. They're falling out of the container. These are a wood button that I found at Hobby Lobby. And you know what, you guys? I went up to use, someone had sent me a gift card and I went to use it and my Hobby Lobby closed. So I will have to drive about 40 minutes to get to a Hobby Lobby now, which is very sad. So I was so disappointed. So all we have left now is a Michael's, the other direction that's about 20 minutes away. But our stores are just closing so much here where I live. So I was really sad about that. But anyway, this is a piece of gingham paper from Paper Tray Ink from a very old, small A2 paper pad that they have. You can see where I used that beautiful button. And then there's this strip of trim here. And I don't know where I got this trim from. I think someone gifted it to me. Someone remind me if it was you. But it had this beautiful trim on it that is filled with flowers. And so I did use a piece of that trim, and then the button covers most of it, but you can see it peeking out right here. So it just adds a really nice touch of texture with the button. And then this is just some seam binding. And I love how this turned out. That's the beautiful paper from Iralamiha's shop, printed in the smaller size. So you can see the difference if you printed at A2 size versus 8x10 or 5x7. The roses are different sizes depending on how you print the paper. And again, I just colored with Copics really simply. I put a ticket, just a plain ticket on the inside with a strip of the paper, and then a ticket on the back where I'll add an emblem to finish it off. So that's the second one. And just try to put these so that you can see them all. And I have a couple more to show you. This is the one where the bunnies are in the little wagon and they're being pulled by the little lamb. And there's a bunny right there. And it says Happy Spring. And this one I used this rectangle scallop die is from My Creative Time. And I used just a piece of pink gingham paper that was a scrap in my scrap bin. And this is a really long stamp, and I couldn't find a die cut to cut it out with that would work on top of this scalloped rectangle. So I just rounded the edges and roughed it up with a scissor. And then I just added some little trim to sort of set the card off correctly. And inside, I added the XOXO border dies from My Creative Time and another strip of the Pretty Papers from Irala Shop. And then on the back, I used the XOXO die, which comes in the XOXO border die set. And I just wrapped the gingham around to the back of the card. So that is that one. I have one last one to show you guys. This one says Happy Spring. And this is the stamp where the little goose or duck is standing on the wagons, the little handle of the wagon. And I think these two bunnies are so cute. They're little friends or sisters. It says Happy Spring. I added a little piece of ribbon trim to the edge here. And then this beautiful blue rose paper, again, is from Irala Shop. And then there's also some lace trim going down the card underneath. And then inside it looks like this with the XOXO border dies. And then on the back, you can see how I ran the lace to the back of the card and I just added a piece of paper here. And then I'll put some sort of stamp or emblem on the back before I mail this out. So I just had so much fun playing with these Daisy Kingdom stamps. And again, I was inspired by my friend Tina Bean, who I believe also made cards with these a few weeks back, if you go to Crafty Bean's YouTube channel. So I had so much fun making all of these, and especially enjoyed making the Mother's Day card for using the Stamppeddler stamp from Peddlers Pack. And it's just so fun for Mother's Day, and I love how this turned out. And I wanted to share, while I have you guys on, first of all, for everybody that's been sharing cards and everything this weekend, it's been so fun to see everything, and I can't wait to look for even more. But I also got a beautiful sympathy card from my friend Susan Laverty, and she sent me these beautiful like heart pearl embellishments in 3 different sizes, as well as this cute little heart banner die from one of my favorite companies, which is, of course, Memory Box and Poppy Stamps. And they are sister companies. This is the parent company, and then their children own Poppy Stamps, I believe. So this is a die from 2018, and it's a little heart banner. So Susan sent those along with a beautiful sympathy card. As you know, we've had several losses this year in my family, and she sent this beautiful sympathy card. I love how the foil is glinting on this card. It's just beautiful. So thank you, Susan, for thinking of me, and to everyone that is missing loved ones that they've lost. My heart and prayers are with you all. These are just hard times as our parents are aging and passing away, and you know, we've lost 3 family members in the last year, and it's been tough. And I know many of you are going through the same thing. We all have sorrows. We all have lost people. And we just have to remember that their spirits are with us and their love never ends. So that is everything I have to share with you for this episode of Saturday Morning Makes. And I hope that you guys are all enjoying all the inspiration from Two Crafters, One Design, who always does a theme each week. And I'm so appreciative of Melissa and Gloria and Lisa and everybody that plays along with their hashtag. And then, of course, Saturday Morning Makes is always open to whatever you want to share, any theme. And that allows you to either be inspired with a theme or have it wide open to whatever you happen to be making. I know many people share crocheting and embroidery and cross stitch and watercoloring and painting and drawing. Isabel's been doing a lot of drawing recently, and my friend Siv draws, and there's lots of people doing cards and paper crafting, of course, but it's fun to see all the different things. Brian, who's a collage artist, Nancy shared a ton of beautiful fun cards this weekend, and there's just so much inspiration, and I so enjoy hopping around and seeing what everybody is up to. And it's always makes my heart smile when people send happy mail. And I saw Jana had sent some happy mail to Brian, and I was just grinning from ear to ear as I watched Brian share what he had received. And so many of you are so generous with your happy mail to me and to so many others. I visited Nancy's channel, Tina's channel, Audrey, and Veronica, Gail Banks Creates, 25 Prague, who I can never remember your first name. Is it Cindy or Julie? I can't remember right now. I went to my friend Carol's channel. She's had good thoughts out there for Tracy, who needs our good thoughts and prayers. So I send them out to her. And I'm just so thankful for everybody in this community, Andrea and Nettie and Martha, and I could go on and on. And my friend Elise has been posting some beautiful journal videos, different things that she's working on over at channel Lisi46. And I just always enjoy Rhonda, who does journaling and shares so many things that she's doing around her home. Many of us are starting to share garden videos and garden shares. So I'm looking forward to see Anna White's garden as she gets going. I need to get over to her channel again. I know that Impression Obsession just did their monthly release. So there's lots of fun new things over at IO Stamps. And I just enjoy seeing that everyone is sharing. And I'm so appreciative of all of your support of my channel, for your thumbs up, for your subscriptions to my channel, and for your beautiful and thoughtful comments. So everyone have a wonderful weekend, and I'll be back with you as soon as I can to share another video here on my channel at Greenwood Girl Cards, Jill Norwood Designs. All right, bye everybody. Have a great Sunday.